How's everyone doing here? So basically, I just wanted to come up and talk a little bit about success and some of the stuff that we're doing, which is working well. We've got a new product. It's the Dewalt Mobile Lock, and it's been out since '04. So it's been out for a little while, but they have recently changed it with the upgrade of geofencing, kind of like the alarm.com. Essentially, it notifies you when it goes outside of an area. It's a simple little product. It's a GSM. Several different devices that it has in it for security, but the main purpose is the actual geofence. Builders are using it for different reasons. Could be moving it from house to house as they close the houses. I noticed we had a huge theft problem in our area in Orlando. So we had one neighborhood out of our 28 neighborhoods that was a real problem. We had a total of about $150,000 in theft per quarter. This one gentleman was coming back and hitting us every 3 weeks or so, an appliance package, washer, dryer, stove, microwave, the entire package. So I realized that we could do something about this because, unfortunately, the theft affects all of us. It affects the amount of money that the builders have to pay us for our job. And a lot of the builders don't realize the total cost factor. Everyone's focused on their little segment, whatever it is, their portion of their job. When you actually look into the numbers, especially with some of the big builders, the cost factor is just astronomical. And it really does affect all of our bottom line. Builders are having problems making money. So are some of us as integrators because of the cost factor of the economy. This is a great way to do a couple items. One is to stop the theft, which is what we're doing. We're catching guys red-handed. We have, like, right now 7 felony convictions in Central Florida. We're all averaging 12 to 17 years in Fed time is what they're getting for sentences right now. So not only are we stopping the theft, but the word is out through all the building partners. Don't steal from us. Don't trespass on the property. Make sure that you're doing all the right things. We have basically eliminated in our area the theft. It takes a couple guys. This isn't a product that's used for only the guy who steals one fridge because his fridge went bad and he can't afford one. It's not really what it's for. It's more geared toward your guy that comes back and hits you month after month for these appliance packages and stuff. And what we found with working with it is that I've gotten 60 no's on the product. I went to all of the purchasing managers. I went to the national guys. I went to, you name it, within the organizations to try and sell these devices. And essentially, we get a lot of no's. And it's not been an easy sell because nobody wants to have an additional cost. Unfortunately, they don't realize the real cost factor that they already have, that they're already incurring. This theft is already built into the price of these houses. It's already there. It's a cost factor that's already included with the builders. So what we found works very well is we have a targeted neighborhood or two that's bad. We deploy 15, 20 devices. Little ones could be they could be ACs they're stealing, could be in the refrigerator. The house is moved. They move this from one house to the next. It usually takes us about 3 weeks or so to finally catch our guy. We found in some areas that it's inside jobs. So we've been very careful with who we tell about the actual security product. We don't really want it. Once we catch the guy who's giving us an issue, it's great, but there's other theft going on as well. We found in some states, like in South Carolina, where I have some devices out there, essentially, as soon as we got the product and we got it out into the field, all the theft stopped. We didn't catch anyone, though. But we don't have to catch anyone to be successful. The point is this. We stopped the theft. Even though we didn't catch anyone, it was most likely an inside job. One of the builders has knowledge of it, coming back and actually selling these products. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is the results. And the results are pretty simple. It's an inexpensive product. It works incredibly well now due to the geofencing. It's got like 5 different sensors. There's a little motion sensor. There's a vibration, just like your smartphone. If you flip the device, that sets off an alarm. Little siren built into it. The first guy we caught, we sent the detectives there Sunday morning to the house, located it online, pulled it up. This device was in the fridge, inside of the van, which was closed, inside of the garage. The girl who answered the door, she wouldn't let us in. And we went through and set off the siren. for the detectives, which gave us probable cause. So the detectives were able to go back and say, well, we hear the device, we have it located here, you either give us access to the house or we'll get a warrant to come back and get it. The very first guy we caught, we recovered a total of 4 refrigerators, couple stoves. His whole living room was full of those stainless steel appliances. So the very first time you catch somebody with it, it covers all of the costs of the device, of the product. It's actually great to have as well for your vehicles. We all have our guys with our probably iPads or computers, our installers. They got Dewalt drills in there, or Milwaukee drills, $200-300 a piece. There's 2-3 drills in there. Your vehicles have all the copper and all the supplies. You're talking an inexpensive product where you can actually look and keep track of, you can do locates and find out exactly what parking spot. Once this device sits about 15 minutes or so, it normally knows within about 40 feet where it is. You put this on my vehicle, I could actually tell you in what parking spot after about 20 minutes that you parked in. And that's how well it actually works. You can watch it in real time, driving down the road. Right over the Google, it puts it over the Google Earth, and you can actually follow the vehicle about 60 seconds behind real time of where the actual device is. So you can actually see the product moving down the road. What's great about with the geofence is before they had vibration in the sensors, and the vibration, you'd have a squirrel jumped on the AC, or every time the AC kicked on, you would have a vibration sensor. That's the reason why it wasn't as widely used as it should be. And now with the geofencing, it eliminates all of the false alarms and stuff. It really is working well. It is something that is a cost, obviously, but if you look at what the recovery rate is and what the actual costs are, I have a builder now that's looking to purchase 1,500 of these devices. I said, when you got our $9,000 appliance package back off a little $200 device, it's pretty simple to go through and do. It is a little bit challenging getting people to see this product for what it is, especially since, once again, it's a cost. Builder wants to put any more cost into this house. It's something that has been a little bit challenging, but once again, it works so well for recovery of the product, keeping track of where your guys or your vehicles are. Could be something as simple as a boat. You have a boat, you don't have insurance. You got an old Corvette in the car, in your garage. You only drive it on weekends. You're like, I don't need to insure it. I own it. It's no big deal. I only take it out on weekends. You take it out that one weekend, it disappears. You don't have that full coverage. There it is, gone. When we're talking a $200 product. What's great about it is that something for all the integrators, it's useful not only for your builder partners and stuff, it's useful in your own organization with tracking your vehicles. There are some other systems out there that'll tell you how fast your guys are going and where they're located. There is quite a few items like that, but not with the cost factor. This one's simply movable from vehicles back and forth if you want to use it. Essentially, we found that it's really helped us out in lots of areas. It helps us with our appearance to the builders. It helps us with keeping track of our guys. It's also helped us in the fact that we know more so what is going on in our neighborhoods. This is not a product that you need in every house. This is not a product that you want to go ahead and have essentially in every single one of your units. You need one of these devices. You have, say, an area like Orlando. 28 neighborhoods, 1 or 2 neighborhoods is a problem. That's it. And essentially what we're doing now is we are moving these devices. We're throwing 20, 30 devices. Houses are normally set up for 2 to 3 week time period. And that's from the time the appliances get delivered until the houses are actually sold and turned over. What we had as an issue is that who's going to do it? The builders are already so busy. They already have so much on their plate. Who are we going to set up and make responsible for this? And what my experience has been is if we don't pick someone that has a little bit of passion or zealous, that gets irritated when they lose these appliances. If you don't have someone who has a little bit of passion for the company and the organization, it just kind of lingers. They don't use the devices. If you put the right person in charge of maintaining these devices, moving them, they got about a 30-day window for the battery charge. We've had great success with it. But it matters getting it to the right person. It's very important because of essentially if you don't, They'll just throw it in some house. It never gets utilized. They picked a house that was right near the front that no one's going to break into. They didn't actually think about it. We found that essentially just targeting specific neighborhoods, looking to catch specific people is great. Recovering the appliances is great. But the best news is once the word gets out to all of the trades that, hey, they really do have GPS products in these devices, you really can go to jail for a long time. Who is it that's stealing from us? It's our framers. It's our plumbers. It could be a low voltage guy for all I know. None of my guys, but you never know. It's somebody within the trade because they feel comfortable going to that property. They're already there. They feel comfortable in the neighborhood. They know people. We found that I've seen a big item is we pay for security guards. So we'll get security guards, off-duty policemen to come in to help with protection. $350 a night. Does he ever get you any felony convictions? No. What's the most they have ever done? He gets $350 a night. That's nice. Maybe he gets to trespass somebody. But essentially, you're not actually getting what you want, which is stopping the theft. Once the word has got out in our area, in Orlando, mind you, we're in a bunch of markets, South Carolina, all over now with these devices, our theft, not only of the appliances we stopped, but it also stopped theft of things like the doors, the door locks. Everyone realized that if I steal from the builder or I take that little lock set, I actually could go to jail because you heard of the other framer or plumber that it happened to. So really it's helped out in a bunch of areas where now, you know, because of everyone knowing of these issues and that, hey, these guys are serious and they will prosecute you because Johnny the framer's gone. He's been doing it work for 10 years and now Johnny's not around. Because of that fact, it's worked out well and it's stopped a lot of the theft and it's helped out in lots of areas with it. So it's a good product that I want everyone to be aware of and stuff, especially the integrators. It's nice for, like I said, for a lot of reasons. It's nice for the builders to move around. It's nice for your guys to have it for your vehicles, keep track of them. It's an inexpensive solution that's out there that works incredibly well. Again, it's been out since '04, but now with the vision of the geofencing stuff, it's an incredible product that everyone should take a look at, be it for your business and or for your builders. Because you guys all have relationships in your areas with your local purchasing managers or your regional purchasing manager, whoever your contacts. I had to go through and spend money out of my own pocket to do this. Builders weren't going to pay for it. So I coughed up the cash because I said, I can stop this. I can catch this guy. Because I was irritated at the amount of theft because I know that it affects me with my pricing. And I know I can't get my raise and I can't give my guys their raises because of the amount of theft we're having. When the builders actually looked into it, and I finally got some of the national guys, I said, how much theft, how much money did you guys lose in appliance last year? You guys have any clue? Silence. No clue. They didn't have a clue. It's not their job. It's not something they're concerned about. When you finally do get it to their attention and they looked at the numbers, oh, wow. What an initiative. I mean, to imagine the dollar figures that are lost, that run out every day, and we just look at it as a cost of doing business. I hear the builders say, oh, well, we did, you know, so many millions of dollars last year, or we just broke even, or we didn't lose as much as we thought we were going to. Look back into those numbers, though, with the theft. Look at the appliances stuff. Look at the dollar figures. The numbers are really astronomical. Most of the big builders, even the smaller builders, they're worried about the appliances in that little time period, that little 2-week, 3-week window. And it's very important that if you can communicate this properly to the builders, know that they can actually protect their investment, their actual appliances and stuff. And then when that house sells, they simply walk over to it, they grab it out, throw it back on the charger for 5 hours, throw it back in the next house. It's movable, it's easy to use. Now, because before, as I said, who's going to do this? Who's going to be responsible? Who's going to move it around? Now I found with a couple of the national guys that they've actually hired someone to run this. They've actually put someone in place to do this because it is that important. It really is because of the dollar factor. When we're losing $150,000 a quarter in my one little area there in Orlando, a quarter, mind you, it's big numbers. And what's another employee cost? $40,000, $50,000 a year for a good employee, maybe a vehicle. The cost factor is great with it, and it's nice.